Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to give you guys another Hot Topics video for today. Babe, I slept so good today. I got off work early, thank God. Girl, as soon as me and Brittany made it back from lunch, girl, my manager basically told me I could go home. It was kind of slow. Baby, you ain't got to tell me twice. Baby, I turned right back around, baby, went right back to that clock. It was gone. Yes, ma'am. Came home. Baby, came home. Pushed that thermostat down. Baby, took these clothes off. Baby, and got my ass in that bed. I was so tired and sleepy. Girl, up last night. Being fast. It's an older black guy. He in his 40s. I kept telling that nigga, I got to go. I got to go. Like, I have to go to work in the morning. Then here he go, try this wine. What? No. I gotta go. I gotta go. Give me some water. That's what I need. I'm about to go home. Then, of course, you say you don't go home. Girl, I look up my hour later, I'm still there. Girl. Let me tell y'all something. Sex is not overrated. Sex is not overrated. But I've gotten older, right? And now I realize, like, girl, sex really, on some real shit, sex should be pretty much about 20-25 minutes. Girl, sex is a lot of work, girl. And it's so crazy because now that I think about it, like when I first started having, did I tell y'all one time I had sex for almost 7 hours? I had sex for almost 7 hours. Yeah. Girl, do you think I can have sex for 7 hours now? For 7 hours now? Hell no. Bitch, if you ain't got what you gonna get in about 30 minutes tops, like in order for me just to go like round after round, I have to be good and horny and drunk. Do you hear me? Other than that, I'm just like, girl, look. And girl, don't let me nut before you, because if I nut before you, baby, it is a wrap. It's done, girl. Oh, girl, what my panties at? It's time for me to go. Yes, ma'am. And it's just so crazy because, like, when I think about how I used to be with sex, like, I used to think if I didn't have sex, the world was coming to an end, like, girl. But now it's just like, believe it or not, as much as I, like, joke and laugh about being a hoe, which, you know, I might be a little bit hoish when I go out of town. But even today, me and Brittany were talking about how I really don't have sex that much in Houston. And when I do have sex, it's usually with someone who I've had sex with or I've been knowing them for years. Like the people I got on my phone, it's like I've been fucking with them since I was 26, okay? 28, 29. And then, you know, you might have that one or two who you know, one night you just be online like, oh girl, I need to, you know. But other than that, like, like I told, he gonna text me this morning. So I was like, I got to go. I said, I'm gonna be late to work. I already can feel it. I'm probably not gonna go. I end up going. I really don't call in. I don't call in to work like that, believe it or not. He gonna text me, did you make it to work? Yeah, I made it. Barely. Shit. Fucking with you. Now I'm up here sleepy, walking around her eyes closed. Don't know how I made it to work. Girl, don't know how I made it to that building, but I made it though. You got to take your black ass to work. Do you hear me? It's so crazy how I used to think about sex. The way I used to think about sex versus how I think about sex now is so completely different. And it's just a lot of work. You gotta take a shower, you gotta brush your teeth, you gotta put some clothes on, and then don't have to leave your house. Then you got to leave your house, you got to drive across town, you might lose your parking spot when you come back home. Like, then you get hungry, you gotta stop and get something, you gotta spend some money, and you say you weren't gonna spend no more money. Now you wanna stop and get a burger and a fry, and you don't need to be eating because it's 12 o'clock at night, and you said you was on a diet, and how the fuck you gonna go on a diet if you eating a burger and bacon and cheese and fries and ketchup and a chocolate shake at 1 o'clock in the morning? It's just be a whole bunch, it's just a headache. And girl, I think the longest I went without having sex was probably like 2 months. Over 2 months, I think. It was just like, it's so crazy because like, It actually seems like I am playing games. 'Cause I had a couple of guys tell me, like, you playing games. But it's just like, I'm not playing games because, like, whenever I text you or if you text me, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Shit, let's get it popping. And then, girl, about 3 minutes later, I be like, girl, I start thinking about all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Like, I got to try to clean up my apartment. I got to go in here and wash these balls. And it's just like, girl, I'd rather just jack off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't come tonight. I'm done. I'm already took care of myself when I was in the shower, girl. I'm so sorry. This is too much. This is too much. This is too much. It's too much. I was talking to one of my friends at work, and I was telling him about, he had told me he had stopped having sex for like a year. He was a straight guy. And I was just telling him, like, he's young. Well, he's not like young, but he's like in his like mid-20s, I believe. But I was like, sex is really not that important. Like, I really realize now, like, I don't know, sex. I can have a whole conversation about sex. How I used to view sex and how I view it now. Like, yeah. How I view sex in relationships and how I view sex if you're single. I think sex is important, but I don't think it's like the most important thing. It shouldn't be the most important thing. Because when you think about it, just think about the bomb-ass sex that you had with somebody and you're not with them. That's what I'm saying. Like, people try to make it seem as though sex is just like, oh my God, you got the, and then girl, you in the bedroom doing cartwheels, flips, and kicks and splits, and girl hanging from the ceiling, girl. And then when it's over, it's just kind of like, oh, I don't like this person. Sex is really not that important. It's important, but it's not that important. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Anyways, child. Girl, let me put this in the video. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into hot topics, y'all. Y'all done talk for almost 10 minutes talking about let's get into hot topics. Girl, this is hot topics. No, but Apple. Let's talk about Apple. So supposedly Apple is offering someone like $1 million if you basically if you can hack into their phones or their software, then they'll give you $1 million. I'm gonna put the link in the description box so you can read the article. Listen, don't y'all fall for that shit. Don't y'all fall for that shit. That's a setup. That's a setup. I don't care what nobody said. Let me tell you something. First of all, $1 million is not a lot. Believe it or not, it's not. Girl, by the time you buy you a house, girl, you buy you a house in a decent part of town, $400,000, $500,000? That's half of your money right there. Girl, pay off your student loans, buy you a car. Girl, pay some bills off, try to save a little money. Girl, open up a little business. Girl, you back pretty much to square one if you ask me. $1 million is not a lot of money. It sounds like a lot when you ain't got it. Okay? But so Apple is offering somebody $1 million to break into their software. First of all, $1 million again is not a lot, especially coming from a company like Apple. $1 million. So you mean to tell me, Apple, you want me to come into your business, come into your building, or wherever this is supposed to happen, or whatever even if I do it from my home, I'm supposed to call you, ring, ring, ring. Hey, can I speak to Mr. Apple, please? Let him know I just broke into his shit and I need my check. So y'all want me to break into y'all shit. I remember at one point, I think the government wanted Apple to like break into people's phones or something like that, and Apple was like, no. It was something like that going on. So clearly the government couldn't even do it. If they could have, they would have did it. That's how I looked at it. They would be calling you like ring, 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 ring. Hey girl, we need you to go into these phones. Girl, it's the government. So it's kind of like, girl, they're not gonna ask no permission from nobody for shit. That's how I look at it. You know them niggas crooked anyways. So you want me to break into your stuff, call you, or be in your room, or be in your office, and then I'll let you know, hey girl, I done broke into your shit, girl, where my check at? And you gonna give me a check and I'm just gonna walk out the building and ain't nothing gonna happen. You ain't gonna call the cops. You ain't gonna call the government. You ain't gonna call them white people and be like, girl, we got a nigga in here, girl, he done broke into our shit. Y'all might wanna watch him. So you just gonna let me walk out the building. You just gonna give me a check and that's all that's gonna happen. I don't believe that. It's a setup, y'all. Don't y'all do it. Don't y'all do it. Them white people trying to set y'all up, girl. The white people trying to set y'all up. I don't believe for 1 second that they want someone who can break into their software and they accomplish, mission accomplished, and that's going to be the end of it. Girl. Maybe they might tell the government and the U.S. government, and maybe they might be like, "Well, shit, this is a nigga who we need on our team. If he can do all that, then people gonna be watching you for the rest of your life, baby. You gonna wake up, baby. You gonna think you're going into that office to break into that phone, girl. And after you tell them that you basically, bitch, I'm smarter than your software. I'm smarter than all y'all." Girl, you gonna wake up, girl, looking at the ceiling because they done put a bug in your body and they're gonna track you for the rest of your life. Girl, I don't trust it. Don't do it. Don't trust them white people. They setting you up, girl. They setting you up. Bro, I can barely work my iPhone, so I can't hack into shit. Do you hear me? I can barely remember my goddamn passwords, so I can't hack into shit. But some of y'all out there who really into that hacking stuff, don't do it, girl. It's a setup. You're going to be in jail. You're going to be in prison, girl. You're going to have a goddamn chip in your body. They're going to track you, girl. $1 million, it ain't worth it, girl. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I'm telling you, leave it alone. Watch one of y'all still going to go out there. Y'all going to hack into them people's stuff. They going to say they're going to give you $1 million. And, girl, it's going to be an episode of Scandal. Girl. Did y'all hear about Chloe Green and Jeremy Meeks? Remember Jeremy Meeks? I think they called him Prison Bae. His wife held him down while he was in prison. And then he got out of prison. He became this big supermodel. Everybody wanted. And then girl, he left his wife for a white bitch. Yes, ma'am. When he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. Yes, ma'am. He left his wife for a white girl. I think the white girl is the daughter of the man that owns Top Shop and Top Man. She comes from a family of long money, basically, okay? I think she got pregnant and had a baby, too. Don't she got a baby? I think they have got a baby. I think she got pregnant. Anyways, Jeremy ended up leaving his wife for the girl. Let me tell you something, girl. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Jeremy ended up leaving his wife for Chloe. Now, Chloe basically done kicked this nigga to the curb. She was seen on a yacht with another nigga, with a white boy. White boy look like he fine as hell, girl. I almost said something. Baby, Chloe be pulling them, honey. She be pulling them. She kind of look like Lady Gaga to me. Don't she look like Lady Gaga to y'all? Anyway, so Chloe basically is like, girl, I'm on to the next one, girl. You was just a hit it and quit it. Girl, I think they were engaged, too. Some of y'all was talking about, that's okay because Jeremy secured the bag. Jeremy didn't secure shit. Jeremy has a baby by a daughter that's father is a millionaire. But Jeremy not going to get nothing out. I think they did have a baby. Jeremy not going to get nothing up out of that. She going to keep that baby. He gonna go on and he gonna try to go back to his ex-wife and beg her for forgiveness, and she gonna take him back. Y'all know she gonna take him back. Y'all know she gonna take him back, right? Watch, we're gonna read in the news in a couple of months about Jeremy Meeks' ex-wife taking him back. Anyways, shout out to Chloe. I ain't mad at Chloe. You trifling, girl, because you mess with a married man. So you got some hoish ass tendencies, okay? But, girl, I'm not mad at you, girl. These niggas do it all the time. Yeah, niggas do it all the time, girl. So when a bitch do it, I mean... Girl, niggas do it all the time. But Chloe, girl... Chloe living her life. Hoish and all. Anyways, did y'all hear about... Oh, we're going to talk about Apollo. We're not going to talk about Apollo. Okay. Miley Cyrus. Baby, Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth are separated. I think they've been married for less than a year. I mean, can I say something, y'all? I don't ever like to be negative Nancy, but I'm going to say this much. it is weird to me how when people get, like, this is just me, and I don't mean no disrespect to nobody, I really don't. I think it's crazy when people get married. Like, how old is Miley? I ain't gonna say Miley ain't young. But I just felt like their relationship wasn't gonna last. Like, I feel like they were trying to force it. What do they say? They were trying to force a square into a peg hole. No, a square into a round hole. Like, girl, I've heard stories of y'all breaking up, getting together. Like, y'all thought because y'all got married. Like, why do people think that because you get married that stuff is going to change? Bitch, it's not a conversion. Girl, all you doing is saying I do. We know people don't take their vows seriously, because if they did, all these niggas won't be cheating on these bitches, and some of these bitches will be cheating on these niggas. And that, you know, like, people don't take vows seriously. People don't take that stuff seriously. Most of the time, a man just want to get married because he want to say, I got a wifey, and a woman just want to get married because she just want to have a wedding. Quiet as it's kept. I'm just saying, girl. That's just me. We all think differently, girl. But yeah, Miley and Liam are not together anymore. Miley, you like pussy, girl. Yeah. Why are you playing with penis, girl? You know you don't like penis. Miley, you are a lesbian, girl. I know Miley's gonna. Some people gonna say Miley is bi. Miley, you ain't bi, girl. Okay, Miley, you might be. Miley is probably bi. Miley is probably bi. But I see Miley leaning more towards women than men. I see Miley leaning towards women more than men. Do I? I don't know what I see Miley doing. Miley look like Miley low-key look like she be having sex with horses and dogs and cats and shit. I don't know. That's what Miley give me low-key. You know who Miley look like she would probably be in a freaky nasty relationship with? Kalani. I could see Kalani and Miley being together. You know, Kalani, I always thought Kalani was dirty. I never could get into Kalani. I like Kalani now because, you know, I like how she living her life. But Kalani always gave me just like, you know, I never could get. One of my friends, they love Kalani. I never could get into her music. I never could get into her. I could never get into none of that girl. Molly and Kalani remind me of each other. Like, they both give me just like, they wake up and like throw the same panties on that they done had on all week. Oh, I'm gonna get cursed out one day, and I'm gonna curse y'all asses back. Okay? It's that simple. Molly, Kalani, don't come over cursing me out, girl. I'm gonna curse you back, and I'm about to curse your man out there. We're gonna be fighting. It's gonna be a whole scene. So leave it alone. I wanted to talk about Apollo, but I forgot to take the screenshot. But Apollo, well, I guess I can talk a little bit. Basically, Apollo from Real Housewives of Atlanta basically said that he was going to go see his boys and that Phaedra was not going to keep him from seeing his sons. Look. I believe it. I believe that Phaedra. Now, Phaedra, I believe is keeping those boys away from Apollo. Now, I believe that. You know, Apollo, he just got back out of prison. You know, he got out of prison. Then he was in a halfway house. And then he ended up breaking out, doing something he had no business doing. Then he ended up getting back. They put him back in prison. Then they released him back to the halfway house. But I think I think in October, he'll be done. But I think that Phaedra is keeping those kids away from Apollo. I do. Phaedra, when Apollo was fucking you on that air mattress in that trap house, bitch, you ain't had nothing to say. When you was walking around here lying, talking about how you didn't know how many months you were. How many months, girl? I can't even talk, bitch. That's that wine, girl. How many months, girl? What am I trying to say? When you walking around here lying, talking about how many months, Girl, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Girl, I'm not finna sit here and play these games with y'all. Y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm trying to say. But, girl, Phaedra, I don't trust Phaedra. I don't like Phaedra anyways. I don't. Phaedra is if I ain't never seen a fraud in my life, I seen one in Phaedra Parks. I believe that Phaedra's trying to keep those kids away from Apollo. I believe she tries to use the excuse of she's trying to protect the kids. But truth be told, at the end of the day, you know exactly who you was dealing with when you got with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to sit here and act like Apollo was, like, leading this double life with you. You knew who you was dealing with when you got with Apollo. Now, all of a sudden, y'all done had these kids together, and you don't want Apollo around his kids, or you want to keep these kids away from Apollo. At the end of the day, girl, if Apollo wouldn't have went to jail, he'll still... Yeah, I'm sorry. I just told a lie. If Apollo wouldn't have went to jail, y'all would still be scamming and stealing, bitch. Because ain't nobody out there in the entire world gonna convince me that Phaedra, who was married to this man, who didn't have a job, didn't know what Apollo was doing. Apollo got his ass on Bravo TV and said out of his own mouth that he be spending $5,000 to $8,000 at the strip club. You ain't even got no job. Where you getting $5,000 to $8,000 from? Well, girl. Where you getting $5,000 to $8,000 from, Apollo? And how your wife sitting right beside you and don't know where you getting this money from? Lies if I ever heard one. Anyways, I'm sick of Phaedra. Apollo, I do think Apollo should be able to see his sons. Now, I don't know when this start going into like... My thing is this. Apollo may be a crook and maybe a thief and maybe a scammer, but girl, his ex-wife is too. It's one thing if it was like, come on, who is this? Oh, it's one thing if you think that your children will be in danger. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like John, what's his name? John Hansoon with his fine ass. Like, it's one thing if your baby daddy was threatening to take your son out of the country. That's one thing. Move him to another country. That's one thing. But do you really think that Apollo, like, when Apollo was out of jail, when he wasn't in jail, he was still with you? He was your husband. Did you feel as though you couldn't trust him around your kids, around y'all kids? You see what I'm saying? I don't know, girl. I said all that to say I don't know. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. I'm looking at my notes. I was going to talk about John and Hasu some more and Kamora Lee Simmons, but I don't even feel like talking about them. Because I had some more stuff I wanted to say about what we talked about today in the car, me and Brittany. Oh, who we gonna talk about tomorrow though is Jeff Epstein. Who? Girl, they said they found that man dead in his cell by suicide. Suicide? Now, honestly, I don't give a fuck about him. Honestly, if you really want to know, because I heard he was out here buying sex from teenage girls. So I don't care if you're alive or if you're dead. But we're not gonna sit here and say it was no suicide though. We'll talk about that tomorrow.